The WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for better. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN and get a $25 deposit bonus. Yes, sir. We're back with another edition of the WNBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no voice, no guys, me, really bro, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. All right, we're here another day, Saturday, early morning show this time around. Normally don't do this, but game started 3. We got some hours. You could pick up the show, listen, hear a couple of bets. 4 games going on. Really didn't want to miss it. But what I do have to say is, one, I would like to say it's very annoying that I can't hit a locker dog, but we can hit an underdog lineup every single day. That's really annoying. 2, Scott, I just don't know what, like, I feel like we have checks and balances on this show. And when I get the rambling and forgot to give out a lock and dog, I really, really depend on you to get me back on the straight and narrow, because how did I forget to give out a lock and dog pick? We went and we were talking about the Caitlin Clark top point scorers situation, which, by the way, she wasn't top point scorer, so you would have got a big boost on somebody else. We're gonna start having to play that. We're gonna have to start playing that. If Caitlin Clark isn't the top point scorer, who is it? Because Aaliyah Boston was, how much did I say? Plus 950, I think.
I think so.
Come on, Scott's doing the right show. Scott, what's going on?
Scotty, beat me up.
Surprise.
Yeah, I've been doing well on Underdog, so can't complain there. I know that you have the boost, so you've been doing better than I have, but we'll still take it either way.
Shots out to the boost.
Point is, yeah, overall decent start. I know that the picks have not been great, but when you hit the Underdog entry and each of them are like 6-1, then I guess it really doesn't matter. So can't complain. At least we're hitting the Underdog entry. It's been a pretty interesting start to the season, and yeah, looking forward to the games on Sunday.
Wow, I actually don't have a boost. Yikes. I
mean,
only have
you
a
could always
boost
just
for
use
the
some of
NBA.
your winnings and just go from there, but you'll probably get another boost in a day or so.
I know. Very disappointed that I'm not boosted today, but it's cool. I have the extender bonus. We'll talk about that. All right, Scott, 4 games on the slate here. We're going to get through them really, really quickly. First, I got to remind everybody, hey, the merch store running a promo, 20% off everything. Promo code DGENS in the merch store. Make sure you go over there and you get you some WNBA Gambling Podcast gear as well. So make sure you go tap into that merch store, store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Promo code DGENS, and everything is 20% off. All right, Scott, I figure there's been a lot that's gone on over the past couple of days. We can just kind of mention things as we go through the games here, but I would love to get your take on this one, because the Atlanta Dream are laying 10 against the Connecticut Sun at home. Totals at 158. The Atlanta Dream literally played basketball less than 24 hours ago.
Yep.
The game started exactly at 3 p.m. yesterday. Is starting exactly at 3 p.m. Eastern today. Tiana Pau left the game yesterday with a eye injury. She got poked in the eye or something like that, and then she went to the locker room. She would have came back into the game, but the play that she got injured on, there's a rule that if you do not jump in the jump off, you cannot return to the game. And so because she didn't jump in the jump off, she couldn't return to the game. So she ended up and I think, honestly, if the books were bold, I would take Tiana Pau props, because you're the only person that really did play in a game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of worked out. She's going to be really fresh here, trying to run the offense for the Atlanta Dream. Connecticut Sun here.
They almost won a game. They almost shocked the world.
Yeah, they did. They really did. Really almost shocked the world. Killed my Lynx 14 bet anyways. Scott, what are we doing here with the Connecticut Sun catching 10, playing a team on a back-to-back, which I want to throw out to people. This doesn't happen often in the W. I think a handful of back-to-backs over the course of any given season, just because of scheduling, but like there's really never any back-to-backs in the W.
Yeah, plus the Dream did beat the Wings. Did they look good? No. They won the game. That's kind of all you can say about that. But it was a low-scoring game, and they were able to survive. Give me the Sun, plus to 10. I see 9.5, but if you have 10, I'll take it. Back-to-back team, I'll fade. It's kind of a general rule for me in the WNBA. And the Sun, you know what? They choked away a massive lead against the Lynx. Didn't they let by like 15 with like 6 to... It was disgusting how they lost that in regulation. But at least they were in the game, and they probably should have won. And we know the Lynx are still an elite basketball team. The Sun came out and actually almost won the game on the road, fell apart, but still, the Sun showed something. I guess a pulse is the word I'll use. Good enough for me. Give me the Sun plus 9.5.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh,
Just a
man.
lot of points. 10 on a back-to-back. Other team, Connecticut, did not play yesterday. It's a great spot for Connecticut. You can't ask for a better spot. I'll take the Sun.
Yeah, I think that's just it. But my concern is because I too say that I am also fading teams on the second leg of a back to back. But yet I remember multiple times me doing that and losing the bet. So I'm like, should I switch up the strategy or should I just go with it? Because those times that I lost, those were the anomaly. And this is really the opportunity that I'm looking for right here. Because laying double digits on a back to back, like in the NBA, that's already the second leg of a back to back. That's already a foul in the NBA, laying double digits in the second leg of a back to back. Now we're doing it in the W where we don't even get this often. I don't know. And at least I can say this is that Atlanta's still maybe not all there defensively, still giving up 85 points per game this season. Ultimately, what it is for me here, Scott, is that I can't trust Atlanta in the fourth quarter. They have been really, really bad in the fourth quarter of games. Yesterday, they had that game all but wrapped up, and then they allowed it to get even closer than anybody would imagine in the fourth quarter. They gave up a 25-15 fourth quarter against the Dallas Wings. Then you look at the Indiana Fever game, the second one that was in Atlanta, and they were battling neck and neck with the Fever. They ended up dropping that fourth quarter only by 2 points, but it was the 2 points that they needed because it was a close game. So they ended up fumbling the fourth quarter there. We already remember what happened the first time around when they fumbled the first quarter. That was a 25-15 deficit there in the fourth, and they almost lost that game on the road in Indiana. And then also that close game that they had with the Mystics, they weren't able to close in the fourth quarter. So, like, as of right now, why do I trust this team at the end of the game? So I feel like I have to lay the 10. Like they're when they get to the fourth quarter, they're gonna lose. They're not
Wait, lay the 10 or take the 10?
take the 10. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
I got to take the 10. I can't trust them in the fourth quarter. And whatever the live spread is, if you're not in this game by the fourth quarter, I would just take it by the fourth quarter because it's almost guaranteed the Connecticut side are going to win the fourth quarter right now. I mean, Atlanta hasn't been able to get it done on the second leg of a back-to-back, so I expect tired legs by the time they even get to that fourth quarter. I like Connecticut. I like Connecticut plus 10. I really think I like some type of second half, fourth quarter play on them, though, because we just can't trust the Dream in the second half of this game for real.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I do want to point out that Mabry did shoot the ball well last game. Do we think that she does that again, or do we think that she regresses back to where she was before?
It depends.
Yeah.
She's gonna get the volume. It depends. I don't know. I wouldn't say that she regresses. This wouldn't be the game I say she regresses because I still question if Atlanta's a good defense or not.
Can I call this a Tina Charles revenge game or no? Because she's been on too many teams.
Nah, it is. Nah, she just played with them last season. This is definitely a Tina Charles revenge game. And they just fired her dog. You know, Tanisha Wright was her dog. Like, they cool as fuck. Like, yeah, she about to go get him. Yeah, she about to go get BG. And let me see what she did against BG. I wonder what that BG Brianna Jones look like. Probably tries to step out to the mid range, shoot over him a little bit. Might hit a few. Yeah, I could get behind a Tina Charles points prop today. You got the Bree Jones revenge game here.
A lot of revenge games on the card.
Totals at 158.5.
I mean,
No, I lied. It's at 158.
It comes down to Connecticut. I mean, if we think Connecticut can actually score, then I think you might like the over because we don't trust the Wings defensively. But I still don't know if the Sun can actually score. And you mentioned the tired leg, so I guess I'm on the under in this game.
Yeah, I'm not going to
maybe Dream Team total under. Maybe. I mean, they held the Lynx to 76. Does that count for something?
I'm concerned because the Dream has just been incompetent in the second half for the most part.
Yeah, that's why I think the team total for the Dream under might make some sense.
Yeah, maybe that. Maybe that. Nah, I'm not sold on a total. All right. Let's see. Player props. We said Tina Charles is interesting. We said Bree Jones is at what, 15.5?
Let me check.
9.5 on the R on the
Yeah.
rebounds.
She has gone over in every game so far this season. So if you want to go for the rebounds, that definitely makes some sense. So something to keep
Yeah.
in mind.
And she should be strong against Tina Charles on the inside of the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Connect is in it, I guess maybe Rick does have kind of a little bit of a game here.
I think she didn't have to.
Yeah. What was it? Alicia Gray had the big scoring game yesterday. What does that mean? It's probably Ryan Howard today, right?
I had Howard last game, and she scored 5 points immediately, and then basically didn't score again.
Yeah,
So
so it clearly it's going to be Ryan Howard this game.
yeah, if you want to pivot, you can go for Gray assists.
Because I went with Gray last game, and so that hit. Shout out to Alicia Gray.
Yeah. I was going to say Gray at 27 points. She also had 6 assists. So if you want to go for the assists, she has had at least 6 and 3 the last 4. However, she's not been good against.
That was also no Tiana Pow the whole game. So she was the only point guard that they had besides Maya Caldwell.
Well, to be fair, there is no confirmation yet if Pow's going to play. So there is a chance she misses this game.
She's playing. She's not playing. She's not missing the game. She could have played yesterday.
I'm just saying. Technically, she's not officially active, but we'll see.
But that doesn't. But that no. But I don't care about technicality, Scott. That doesn't make any sense. If they literally said she could have came back in the game and played yesterday, and she didn't, there would be no reason for them not to play her today.
There'd be no reason to not play her. I'm just saying she has not been confirmed to be in the lineup today.
All right, fine. Technically, she is not. Well, I don't think that's true either. Actually, because I didn't see her on the injury report.
I see her as questionable right now. So
okay,
I think she's going to play, but still, just saying.
Yeah, so but I wouldn't even throw that out there. Like, there's literally, I would be shocked because again, if they said, "Oh yeah, she had an eye injury, but she's fine," she would have came back in the game and played, but she didn't come back in the game and play because there was a rule that said she couldn't come back in the game and play. Then why would we not play her tomorrow?
They got to find her the right eye patch,
I guess.
right facial mask.
Get the Jewel Lloyd one. All right. Edge Boost is the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards. 100% approval for all betting deposits. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet with promo code SGPN. Deposit $25 and Edge Boost will match the deposit. That's edgeboost.bet. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You should be tapping into the end of the show because shoot, might not have been hitting a lot of other stuff, but we've been hitting them Underdog lineups. Underdog's going long with this dinner bonus for the NBA playoffs as well. Hop in game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Today is game 3, 60% bonus. Game 3, 60% bonus in the Knicks and Pacers game. So make sure you go get that. Sign up with NBA SGPN and claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code NBA SGPN. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people went with Ryan Howard yesterday. I'm so glad I pivoted and went with Alicia Gray. She's got that's her 6th straight. They was playing Dallas. Former Dallas wing, only other team she's played for. 6 straight games over 16.5 points. Just throwing it out there next time she plays Dallas for the people know. She's 6 straight games over her points prop. All right. Chicago Sky on the road going to play the Los Angeles Sparks. Sky, I saw this line open up at 1.5. It is currently all the way up to 5 now. 162.5 is the total. Missed a 4-point line move, not doing the show yesterday. What is injury report? I don't think I have anything for these two.
I see no Brink, no Burrell, no Rakia. And for Chicago, I see no Jefferson, and Van Lith is questionable.
All right, Van Lith questionable is a new one for me, but everything else is pretty standard. And it doesn't even matter, really. She's still a rookie, bottom of the totem pole. Doesn't even matter. All right. I mean, how many games are you waiting to just blindly fade Chicago?
I might be there already, but I'm going to ask you about the Sparks because they won game 1 against the Valkyries because the Valkyries scored 7 points in the fourth quarter. This team might suck too. I mean, they're injured, so it makes sense, but these are two bad teams. It's
Let's play a game.
it's too early, and I don't know if we have the resources yet for the toilet bowl drop, but we might be approaching territory right now for both these teams. It's still early. Chicago, though, I think is worse, but they also played the Fever and they played the Liberty. Their schedule has not been that great. I'll put it that way. Is that a fair compromise? Because I feel like they have not played the weakest teams in the league yet, but the Sparks might not be that good. So
If you put Chicago on a neutral court against the Valkyries, Chicago got their side, Valkyries got their side. It's a pick 'em. Who you taking?
are the Valkyries decent? And they've won 2 straight. It's not an easy conversation. But
shoot, it's easier for me. I feel like it's not an easy conversation, but it's easier for me.
I think I'll go Valkyries, but I don't feel good about it.
Oh, I'm for sure going to Valkyries.
I think I'll go Valkyries
because the Valkyries at least showed me that they can win a game where they could shoot less than 30% for 3.5 quarters and get a win. They played a game where they shot less than 30%. Less than 30%.
I like Burton. Burton's been good.
And they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Got revenge against the Sparks. They kicked their asses for the entire game.
Give me the Sparks here. Land 5. The Sparks definitely still don't have a home win. This is also the bad part for the Chicago Sky. The Sparks are still searching for the first home win of the season.
Yes, I do want to ask you, though, when you're looking at Plum and you're looking at Hamby and Azare and you throw in Reese, Cardoso, Nurse, Atkins, etc., do the Sparks have the 2 best players in the court in this game? The 3 best players in the court in this game? What would the hierarchy be? Because Plum's going to be 1.
I mean, who's the best player for Chicago?
I'm going to ask you that question because right now nobody's playing well at all on this team. So,
Ariel Atkins has a gold medal. I would just blindly say Ariel Atkins, but she has nobody's who's the best player on the Sky? I couldn't even tell you who the best player on the Sky is. I know Kelsey. The hierarchy over there for the Sparks is Kelsey Plum, De'Erica Hamby, and Azare is sprinkled in there at some point. But is that 3 right now?
That's what I'm asking. Like the Sparks might have, in theory, the 3 best players on the court for this game.
Yeah.
Some would argue Angel Reese. I'm not going to go there. It's a whole separate conversation. Point is, I think the Sparks clearly have the higher top-end talent in this game. I still don't think this team's very good, but this guy can't score. So
I feel like Angel Reese is just like a lot of other players that I talk about where I'm like, hey, you're really good at one thing. And that's cool. Like, you're really, really good at that one thing. But, like, a lot of other aspects of the game, you're just not there on everybody's level at. Like, there's offensive players that can only score and can't do anything else. Can't pass, can't shoot, can't run after. They can only score. And, like, it would be a different thing. Like, nobody talks about that because, like, they're putting the ball in the basket. Bro, she's rebounding. She's doing good. Like, I just wouldn't say she's one of the best players in the game because, like, she only does one thing really, really well. Like,
I think
if Kennedy Carter was playing, I would probably still say Kennedy Carter's the 3rd best player in this game.
I mean, I would say Kennedy Carter's the best player on this team, and I don't think it'd be close.
No, in the game.
No, I know. I'm saying just on Chicago by themselves.
But why are you switching it in the game?
I'm switching it because the point is we agreed on the top 2. The point is Chicago, we think, just is not very good. I think that's the main point what I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is, and the reason why I'm separating it, Kennedy Carter, I think we need to look back on last season and say she was clearly the best player. So they lost their best player. They can't score. And Reese, we know, is a good rebounder. That's basically it. Atkins is shooting 35% from the floor. Nobody else is really making a shot at this point. I got to go Sparks. I just question how, with the best 2 players on the court, the Sparks aren't just going to outscore the Sky team, and the Sky can't keep up. That's where I'm at. Do I see a quarter where the Sparks can give up 10 points, and they'll open up a massive lead? Sure, of course I can see that. So I'll go Sparks. This team really needs Kennedy Carter, and she's not there. So they can't score. Give me the Sparks. -4.5.
If it's like Golden State in game 1 where they just continue to miss shots, then it's going to get really, really ugly. Even if it's not like that, they probably still can cover 5 in a win. So it's clear I like the Sparks too. I just don't know what to do with the total because I don't think the Sparks defense is any good. And that's the only thing that's concerning. And if we were on the road here, then I would probably get more pause of laying a number on the road with a team that doesn't play defense. But for the most part, I think that they should. This could be something similar to that first game against the Valkyrie, where the Valkyries just couldn't hit a shot, and then the Spartans just did what they need to do. And then you look up, and it's like a 13-point game. So yeah, I'll take the Sparks, but not gonna lie, that loss against the Valkyrie last game pretty concerning.
Yeah, it was very concerning. They got killed in that game.
It wasn't close.
That was a home game, right?
Yeah, it was close. They're still searching for a home win. That's the only reason why I'm taking the Sparks. If it was any other team in the league besides the Sky, I probably would have faded them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
All right, player props. I mean, I would love to say Camilla's gonna have a good game here, but I'm waiting for them to actually use her. It's not like she's playing horrible.
I can't stand that partnership with her and Angel Reese. I think they are so bad together. The spacing's off, not to mention the finishing issues. I just have an issue with that pairing.
I think it looks bad because the roster just looks horrible. But I really don't have a problem with the double big lineup, and it can work. It's just the fact of like, well, goddamn. I mean, give Camilla the ball in the fucking block and let her go to work. Because we've seen the double big lineup be utilized plenty of times in modern day WNBA, and it's worked. The Chicago Sky, I mean not Chicago Sky, the Connecticut Sun were running double big, and neither one of them was shooting. Now we learned that Bree Jones this season had the ability to shoot outside from three. They just never used her like that, but it can work. It's just, well, damn, get them the ball, or at least like if you're gonna buy into this, hey, she can actually play a point forward, then okay, let her do it and let her work through the kinks. Like if you're saying that Angel Reese has a skill set where she can play a point forward and she can initiate your offense and run your offense, okay, cool, I'll believe you. But let her do it. Don't let her get a play in and then, oh, all right, well, we're gonna run off and figure something out. No, you got to let players figure things out. Like I just feel like they have the wrong roster for what they want to do. And I'm waiting for the Camilla game is gonna happen. She's gonna have like a 20-8 game at some point, and it's gonna be because they continue to get the ball to her in the block and they can't stop her. And I'm really, really frustrated because I can't bet it because I don't trust them to get the ball to her.
I mean, just
what is the point of Courtney Vandersloot? There's no point of Courtney Vandersloot being here if she's not running the offense. If she's not running your offense, why is Courtney Vandersloot on the team?
I mean, that's one thing she specializes in. It's going to be pick and rolls and trying to find the center on the roll, and that just hasn't worked out this season. But I do want to push back a little bit because Cardoso and Reese are currently top 3 in field goal attempts per game. Reese is shooting 22.7% from the floor, which is one of the most disgusting field goal percentages I've ever seen. And Cardoso is shooting 35.3%. They can't hit a layup. So yes, I agree with you that they could be doing a better job of getting them potentially easier looks. They've been getting shots. Neither of them can shoot near the rim. So I just think this pairing is a mess because none of them can finish around the rim. That's my main issue with this team.
I think that is incorrect because I'm not certain if you're seeing the balls that is seeing the attempts that Camilla is getting.
I'm saying that there are attempts that there are.
She's never but she's never in position. They're never giving her the ball in position. You can't, like, if I sit here and I give you the ball and there's already 2 people on you and I tell you to shoot the ball and you miss and you look on the box score and you're shooting some 37%. Well, shoot, everybody may say, oh yeah, that's on you, but no, they literally they're literally not scheming up plays for her. Every single time that she's made a bucket is because they ran a play for her. The play worked and they scored. They ran the pick and roll, it worked, and she scored. But when you sit there and I don't know, I just don't get why you don't, like, understand why, okay, you want to shoot threes, you want to look at high powered offense, but like, shit, if the people that are shooting threes ain't shooting threes, then go play through the bigs. Like, nobody wants to play through the bigs anymore. And I think that's insane. Everybody wants to put up a bunch of threes and be this jump shooting team and all of this, but like, damn, you have a 6'7" giant on the floor.
Yeah. Just to read off, by the way, the field goal percentages and everything for this team. As a team, the Sky are shooting 32.4% from the floor and 31.5% from 3. This is disgusting. They're also shooting 51.4% from the free throw line. From the free throw line. They have splits of 32, 31, and 51 as a team. That's one of the worst offensive stretches I've ever seen from a WNBA team. They, as you said before, they can't shoot from anywhere at this point. So I got to go Sparks in this game.
This is going to be the game that they go and score 90, by the way, to watch. All right. Where are we at? Phoenix Mercury.
I do want to ask you, though, sorry, just to quickly backtrack to the Sky. Right now, power ranking-wise, are they dead last for you? You still have the Sun behind them?
I thought I made that clear. Yeah, they're for sure dead last for me.
They're dead last
Especially
right
with the
now?
Valkyrie, especially after the Valkyrie beat the Sparks last game.
I had the Valkyries ahead of them. I was wondering about Connecticut.
Oh, I'm complete. Oh, the Valkyrie just jumped like 3 spots after that
Yeah.
win. I'm all the way back in on the Valkyrie.
But
can make the case.
you have the Sparks ahead of Connecticut right now.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, you have the Sun ahead of the Sky right now. That's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. I think I agree with you.
They have one game. No, it's not. No, I think they have a competent game against a team that was in the finals last year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Even if I wanted to put the Sky above them, I couldn't because they don't have a competent game.
I agree. I was just making sure we're on the same page. Okay, cool.
Maybe they get a competent game here and I change my mind, but not yet. All right. Matter of fact, let's talk about rhythm. You get WNBA, NBA, PGA, MLB, all those picks, all those props, all of that in one app. So why would you not lock in? Why would you not tap into rhythm? I know you'll love it. And in fact, I'm a nice guy. I'll give you a 7-day free trial for free. .99 free, 100% free. All you gotta do is go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. Then after your free trial's up, you can use their deals. 25% off SGPN 25 for a monthly subscription or SGPN 50 for an annual subscription. Get 50% off your annual subscription. Head over here to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. We're also brought to you by Circa Ultimate Fantasy Football Giveaway. They are giving away a 2-night stay for your entire 12-team league at Circa Resort. You can also hold your draft in a cabana at Stadium Swim with a $5,000 food and beverage credit. Scott, do you think that they'll let us, like if I win, do you think they'll let me take my Dynasty League and we just do the Dynasty Rookie Draft?
Do you have 12 people?
Yeah.
I don't
Well, actually, I have 11. I'm searching for one more, but yeah.
Get the one more. Get the one more, and then we'll talk.
Yeah, like why not?
Because right now you don't qualify. You don't have enough people on your roster.
Yeah, I'm on 11. Sorry.
You're about to find somebody on. You're about to find somebody on.
A hardship deal. Get a hardship deal.
Oh no, I was gonna say you're gonna like log into like Craigslist to find somebody as the last second fill-in so you can apply for the contest.
Sign up to a hardship contract. One thing, end of the season. Whenever my guy comes back, then we'll bring him back and we'll kick that person out again. All right. Limo transportation to and from the airport, a welcome party at Legacy Club for the league, and a reservation at the world's largest sportsbook, $500 food and beverage credit, with a 2-hour open bar package at Overhang Bar if you're not drunk enough. Last day to enter is June 30th. So make sure you head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag, your place to bet every single sport, including the NBA playoffs. And guess what? MyBookie accepts tons of customers from a whole bunch of different locations. Make sure you lock in, and you easy deposit with lightning fast payouts and cryptocurrency. You could probably get over there and bet the Sparks right now over at mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply. That is mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Next game up. Washington Mystics on the road. Go and play the Phoenix Mercury in the Valley. Mercury laying 5.5 here. I've seen this up at 7.5. 159.5 is total. Injury report, and you got let's see, MAM is questionable. Still, we already know no Copper, no Mac. All of that's out of here.
The big news is on the Mystics because now you have Austin's out. Sykes is a game time decision, and we might see Lee Edwards, who's actually probable.
Austin didn't play last game, so
yeah, Austin's going to be out. She's already officially out. Sykes, though, being questionable is a big deal, and Edwards is back. So that's.
I know she just be. I know she'd be in the trainer room punching air. Like it's always something. How you got a concussion protocol now, man?
Mm-hmm.
It's always something with her. Like literally always something. I know she's frustrated because it's always something. I mean, you sell me on the Mercury because as of right now, if I had a vote, I would vote for the Washington Mystics rookies as 1-2, hoping that everybody else did the same and or did some combination of the same so that they could win co-rookie of the year. Because Kiki Irvin and Sonia Citron have been hooping.
They've been really good. Yeah.
Yo, they've been playing together. Like, it looks like they've been playing together their entire college run.
Mhm.
And then guess what, Scott? Guess who's probable for the game?
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah Edwards. Like, I don't know, man.
We need her there. We got most improved.
Sydney Johnson might be a really good coach because it was a great game playing against the Aces.
Mhm.
You got Kiki and Sonia who look really good. You got Aaliyah Edwards who's coming back for the first time. She's probably going to come off the bench and play maybe 15 minutes or so. At least that's what I would assume. So that's not fact. I would assume that. And then you have these two dynamic rookies who are playing really, really well. Like, if Sykes plays, I think they about to give Phoenix everything they can handle. I think Phoenix is gonna be like, all right, go away. Nope, they're not going away. Go away. Nope, they're not going away. Go away. Nope, they're not going away. Only thing that question is just them on the defensive side of the ball, man. But like, shoot, they played the Aces offense pretty damn well.
I'm still sick they lost that game, though. Shout out to Jewel, by the way, who was really bad and then hit the game winner. But damn, that was a choke job and a half in the last, 2 minutes. That was rough. They were up 6 with, a minute and a half to go.
Close only works in horseshoes and hand grenades, sir.
Yes.
Shout out to Jewel Lloyd, home game winner.
Such a bad loss for the Mystics, though. They couldn't stop turning it over in the last minute, though. That's a game that they could have won. But the fact is, they are still a young team with a new coach. And they gave the Aces everything. And only gave up 75.
That's it.
This team's pretty good. They're not bad.
Give me the Mystics plus 5.5.
I'll put it this way. If Sykes plays, I think they win the game.
Yeah.
I like him outright if they win. Now, the question I have for you, though, in Aaliyah's first game back, does she start over Dolson?
Nope.
Do you think eventually she starts over Dolson this season?
Oh, yeah, of course.
But not game 1?
No.
Okay. So I think I agree with you. I do think Edwards is going to be a solid bench piece in the meantime until she officially gets promoted into the starting lineup. I'm with you, though. I mean, once again, I need to see Sykes' actual injury news because I don't know if I actually trust the facilitating with her off the court. We know Sykes is the main playmaker on this team.
Oh, nah. I know how I'm playing it.
And she's also a bucket. If she's not going to play, then Citron's probably going to take a bunch of shots too. But I do think I want to know for certain if Sykes is playing or not. I still think the Mercury are very top-heavy roster-wise, and they've gotten away with it in a couple games. Well, also the Storm, no shame in that. Game was closer than the Jess. They got outscored 15-9 in the fourth quarter. What a disgusting loss for the overbetters in that game. But the same thing I've said, the entire season is still there. You have Satu and AT combining for double digits every game, or at least having double digits each every game, and you're waiting for anybody else to do anything. And they don't really have anybody else because Copper's still out. So based on that, I'm not sold on the scoring depth the Mercury have. Their bench should get killed in the bench minutes in this game. Give me the Mystics. But I think if Sykes plays, I like him to win the game. So I like the Mystics to keep this game close. Mercury, not their fault. Copper's out. I get it. They have no scoring depth at all. It's a problem when you're laying 5.5.
I agree.
They got to trade for somebody, though. That bench is a joke. No offense to Sammy Whitcomb and company, but they need help on that supporting cast spot. It's a problem with that team.
I don't agree there, but
who do you like on their bench? I think Kalani's okay.
Lexi Held has been really fine. I think that Latska, the vet that they got has been cool. I think they're fine. I don't think they're bad. I think that we just don't recognize the names. That's it. I think they're fine. They have a pretty okay bench that's been fine. That's been scoring over the course of the entire season thus far. They've been okay. I'm not, for one, I feel like this is an inverse. Because wasn't I? No. You were down on the Mercury and I was higher. I don't know.
I thought I was actually somewhat high.
Oh yeah, you was high. Yeah, you were high. Yeah, I felt like that was it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't got no problem with them.
I was happy they got rid of Tarazi and they tried to fix the locker room. I think that was the main reason why I was on the Mercury. But just watching the actual team play, it feels like they are missing another scoring piece Maybe that is Kalia Copper. And as soon as she comes back, they can stagger minutes and that'll help out with the bench and everything. But I don't know. It feels like they're missing a little bit of secondary scoring punch, which I kind of wish they had, at least in my opinion. We'll see.
Give them this. They scored 80 twice this season already. And
Yeah.
one of those was against what I think is a good defensive team. So I think the books are terrified to put out an assist line on Soya Citron, and this is ridiculous. Yeah, this is really ridiculous. All right, if you don't want to do that and you want to be scared, that's fine. Give me Kiki Irfan over 12.5 points here.
That was so passive aggressive, by the way. If you don't want to put up the line, that's just fine. Whatever. I'll just move on with my life. No,
Yeah.
we want the lines. Give
Yeah,
us the
no, I
damn
do.
lines.
I do want the line. I do, but since you're not gonna do it, who is she gonna assist the ball to? Only her rookie of the year sister, who she's been assisting the ball to in the pick and roll the whole time. Yeah, Kiki Irfan over 12.5. 13 points in this game. And I mean, AT is about the hard foul that AT is about to give Kiki this game is gonna send shockwaves around the WNBA.
All it's going to take is one back down. If Kiki tries to get AT on the low block, oh no, she's swinging.
Yeah.
But only if that happens. I think that Kiki is going to try to send a message to the vet going, I'm not going anywhere, and AT's going to kill her. But
this
only
is
if
be
Kiki sends the
borderline
message
flower.
first.
This is gonna be a borderline flagrant, like
Yeah.
because you know they're foaming at the mouth to get a forward, a big somebody to put a shot on, and the refs not cry.
Mhm.
Like they're foaming at the mouth. AT is gonna kill her today, but I still like her over on points. Yeah, Satu over 22.5 because who's gonna stop her?
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I mean, if you just let me know one person that's gonna stop her, I'll I'll back off that. But like, who's gonna stop her from scoring? Satu and AT have a game, and this is probably also you want to know who also deserves a lot of flack, and you didn't mention her name, and it's crazy. But Sammy Whitcomb can't hit shit right now.
Oh no, I mentioned Whitcomb before.
Oh, okay.
I said when it's supporting cast, they have Whitcomb, and then I basically just brushed her off because I'm just not a fan. So I did mention her before.
She was 1 for 4 from 3 in that last game, 1 for 6 in the game before that. Like
I mentioned her briefly because I brushed her off. I just don't think she's that great. So
good defender, and when she's
Yeah.
like the 3 and D is there when it's there, but when it's not, it really really sucks.
I mean, you basically just said the 3 and D's there when half of what we're talking about is there. That just makes
I know.
that just makes her a D player at this point
Yeah,
because the shot's not falling. So
just it.
But Satu's great though.
All right.
I'm happy to see her thriving in a team that actually knows how to get her the ball. Because last year on the wings, when she played, she had good numbers, but that whole team was a free for all last year. At least 18 knows how to get Satu in good spots, which I appreciate. Because Satu's been cooking, and big reasons that 18 knows how to be the quarterback of an offense.
Shut up, my guy Ski, man. Mystics for a straight road game, fatigue spot. They are super young though. Mercury at home, a different beast. Yeah, I do like the Mercury at home. I don't know, man. Maybe we that is a good point. Maybe we are jumping, and I'll be interested to see how this ends. But maybe we are jumping on the Mystics a little bit, too. But they're just really good right now. Like
just to be
they've
clear,
been playing good right now.
I think I'm only jumping on the Mystics if Sykes is active. Because if she's not active, I
So
do have
Sykes-
a hard time. I was going to say handing the reins to a rookie guard trying to run the offense. I think there might be a little bit of discombobulation there.
Even
I'll
after
wait for Sykes news.
Even after the go on and play the Aces without Sykes? No, that didn't mean anything.
Meant a little bit, but the offense did crater in the fourth quarter. They scored 13 in the fourth quarter, and they couldn't dribble the ball up court. They had a bunch of turnovers down the stretch.
And you know what? That is also a fear that they do fall. They do melt apart at the end of the game and blow the cover. You know what? What I would play here though. What's Mercury's team total over? 82.5.
Well, I am going to ask you a question though, based on that. Do we think the Mystics are an underrated defensive team, or do the Aces just break a bunch of wide open shots?
Oh nah, dude. Oh no, I don't think they're a good defensive team, to be honest.
I'm asking because they shot 8 of 33 from 3. I just think the Aces had an off night shooting, but I wanted just confirmation on that.
The Valkyries couldn't score, so I threw that out. You have the Dream and the Connecticut Sun who scored almost 90, or Dream actually got to 90, Sun were at 85, and then the Aces game. But
They couldn't
Again,
shoot.
I think it was a great game plan. I think Sidney Johnson went in there and said, "We're playing the Las Vegas Aces, and we're going to this game plan, and we're gonna make things tough on Asia. We're gonna throw multiple bodies at her, and then force everybody to put up tough shots." And so, nah, give me. I'm still fading their defense. If the Mystics scores, just because that they hang around here and start putting the ball through the basket at 82.5 team total over. Not the best feeling that one, but. And by the way, Scott, I would like to just add to you that I am keeping track of the Mystics first half, 2-2.
Okay, but how are they full game? They can still
2-2.
cover.
2-2.
All right.
No, I lied. 3-1 ATS.
There you
Two
go.
and two straight
Okay.
up. 3-1 ATS.
Give me a sample size of 10 games, and we'll figure it out. But just saying.
I was really looking for, like, I'm really looking at them from the what's it called? I'm really constantly looking like every first half, like, oh, did they win? I'm like, oh no. And when I saw the 2 loss, I was like, oh. But then they came back and they had a good first half against the Aces. So we'll see. 7-3. That's what we said. We said 7-3, and then we can bet it again, right?
Yeah. 10-game sample. We'll go from
All right.
there.
7-3, and we can bet it again. So they got to go on a run here. All right. Any player props? Anything you got?
Yeah, Danny's mentioning Kiki double, which I'm fine with at plus 170. She's a monster. You could argue AT once again might have something for her, but I think the usage should be there, especially if Sykes is not going to play. A lot of shots up for grabs suddenly. And Kiki, very good rebounder. I'll put it that way, and she could also score. Double I like at 170. Somebody's going to have to shoot the ball.
AT's assists all the way down to 6.5.
Yeah.
And her rebounds are down to 7.5. Oh, this is the buyback. This is the buyback game. AT RA. What are her RA at?
So we're RA in this game's at 14.5.
Yeah, this is the buyback. That was at 17.5, Scott.
Yeah. She had 18 last game. She had 11 rebounds last game. I don't mind an AT double potentially.
Yeah,
Or if you want to go for
this is
10 rebounds.
This is definitely the buyback game. She was just at 17.5, and it's all the way down to 14.5.
10 rebounds is plus 240. She had 11 last game. Really?
And the Mystics aren't. I feel like the Mystics haven't been that good at rebounding.
Well, Kiki's
I mean,
done her part.
Kiki does her part, but like,
and we don't know how many minutes Edwards is going to play, so that's also a factor too. I don't think Dolson's going to do much on the boards in any given game, but Edwards is going to help. But I question the workload in the first game back.
Let me see. Let's look here. Yeah, Asia had a double. Tina had a double. 0-0 had 18 and 8 in that game. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Voodoo, I missed that too. When Kiki's rebounding line was 4.5 in game 1. Yeah, I missed that too. Good times. Lasted like one day.
And then imagine laddering it in game 1 all the way up to 10 just for her to go off for the rest of the season afterwards.
Yep.
Very, very annoying. Very annoying.
To be fair, Angel Reese used to be like 7.5, which was a fun joke, and now it's basically double that. So yeah, the rookies you can find a lot of good numbers on, and then it's immediately gone within a week. So,
wow, they're giving up a double to the big in every game.
Wait, who's
Mystics.
they?
The Mystics.
Okay. It sounds like an AT rebound game.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. They've given up a double every single game. All right, let's throw AT on the card. All right, last game on the slate: Aces and Storm. Aces on the road.
Are they the Storm now, or are they still the other name?
Yeah, they beat the.
Okay, welcome back, Storm. Welcome back.
They still can't. I still question if they could score, but yeah. Jewel Lloyd's return back to Seattle. Aces laying 5.5 on the road. 159.5 is total. Yeah, nothing here. Well, the Storm are playing, so I immediately look at under.
Okay.
They always get up for this game. They actually defend the Aces probably best. One of the best out of the league. I mean, of course,
definitely
the best is probably
one of.
It's definitely the Liberty, but like they're normally up there. I feel like in these matchups. Let me go back and look. So my only issue here for the Storm is the fact that they can't score. So when it gets to a close game, are they going to be able to do enough not to just kind of blow this at the end?
To be fair, even if they do blow it at the end, they are still getting 5.5 at home. To be fair, they don't have to win the game.
And you know what? Skylar and Jewel just had that whole back and forth, and it was a lot. It was bullying mentioned.
Mhm.
Players were traded. And Skylar's been going crazy at the beginning part of the season. Scott, we took over 25.5 points in assists. She
Yeah.
had like 36, 37. She had a 20-point double-double.
Oh, no, she's going crazy this season. They need her. They need her to do everything for this team offensively, but she's been coming through.
So the last 4 games between these two teams have resulted in 4 straight unders. That's where it makes me hard. It makes it hard for me because I really don't know which way I want to fall with this, because like it kind of goes one way or another. The Aces were normally dominant in the matchup, but I just don't think this is the same Aces team to go ahead and just assume that they're going to be dominant here. And hell, I mean, I know Seattle knows how to play ugly, grinded out games. So I guess I'll take the Seattle Storm here plus 5.5. Not really liking it. I love the under though. I just, it's Seattle Storm. I'm just gonna continue to play their unders. They are now, what is this? 3-0. 3-0 this season to the under.
Also worth mentioning, none of their games have gone over 150.
Holy shit.
Just throwing it out there. None of their games have gone over 150. They're not even close.
I didn't even. Yeah, holy shit! I didn't even realize that. Yeah, they haven't gone over 150. Yeah, why is this 159.5? Because the Aces.
It's the Aces off a bad scoring game. To be fair, though, the Aces have scored less than 79 in 2 of the 3 games. So the one game they showed up and they only gave up 62 to Connecticut. So a couple ways to get there. But as you said, the Storm have been flying under this number all season. It's under a pass for the total.
All right. Yeah, definitely on the under. 76.5 is the Storm team total. Can't trust the Aces defensively enough to just take a Storm team total. I just got to take the whole total and hope that they go ahead and hope the Storm also play a really good form of defense. But I can't just trust the Aces defense to come up for the game. I do think it's a slow possession game. I do think it's something similar to that Washington and that Aces game that we just saw.
I think it
But
has to be. Like Seattle can't afford to go up and down with this team that the Aces have. They have too much firepower. They have to slow
and
it down.
this is a legit, like, this is a rivalry.
Yeah.
Like this is a legit rivalry too. So like, and then the rivalry just gets worse with the trading of Jewel Lloyd. Like, yeah, man, yeah.
I mean, it has to be a rivalry. They faced off in the WNBA finals a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but then now you got Jewel and Skylar, who clearly don't like each other anymore.
I like how you mentioned, by the way, that they got rid of some people on the roster when Jewel got blamed for basically everything that happened, and they were like, she was like the main person to get shipped out for that whole situation.
Yeah.
You could say other people, but I think most people, maybe how the media portrayed it, it was Jewel. that's what I kind of gathered from the situation.
Shoot.
But
Noelle Quinn and Skylar Diggins tried to make it seem like it was Jewel too. They was posting on Instagram saying that, or it was Noelle Quinn's like friend or something like that. And they basically were trying to blame Noelle Quinn, and they were like, no, don't blame her. Blame the person that actually played the games and didn't do what she was supposed to do when she was in the game.
Yeah. You said people, it seems like it was predominantly Jewel, at least based on what other people have said about the incident. That's how I interpreted it. So does Jewel take it personally? Does Skylar take it personally? Maybe both. We'll see. So
I think they do, but I don't think it happens this game. I think the second game in Las Vegas is the one that goes over. In Seattle controls the pace. Seattle controls the game. Seattle gets up for revenge spots.
They're also at home. And we know Seattle, historically speaking,
I'm almost positive they covered that first revenge spot against Breanna Stewart. I have to go back and look. I'm almost positive they covered the first one. And then that's after that is when they began to get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Under is a really good play here. And with that, it makes me kind of timid on the props because I'm on the under.
Yeah, unless you want to go for some rebound props, because we know that, NECA's been really good on the boards. If you want to make an
Yeah.
argument for rebounds, because she's only at
Yeah.
8.5, and her rebounds, she had 8 last game. She had 18 the game before that, but she's playing 35 a game. She's had 10 rebounds in back-to-back games against the Aces. I gotta like the rebounds here, right? I mean, I feel like if she's gonna play 32 plus minutes, NECA should potentially walk into a double-double here. I think 8.5 rebounds is too low for NECA.
Let's see here. Let's put NECA in the generator and let's see how NECA's done against the Aces recently. All right. Ooh, looking at NECA here. Ooh, long career.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's see. Rebounds 8-8-6-6. There's a 2 here. 10-9-8. Well, and the 8-9 at the end were with Las Vegas. So 10-2-6-6-8-8.
Saying 8.5. We like the
Oh
under.
wait, no. I lied. Those, Scott, were defensive rebounds. Total rebounds. I mean, it gets way better. 10-10-6-8-4-11 with Seattle.
She's always around that number, but the fact is, we think this game might be a rock fight. So there should be chances to be had.
9.5 at a little bit of plus, maybe an 8.5 out there for you. Yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
I mean, I would just go for double-double at that point because you're assuming her points are at 18.5. Like, you're assuming she gets there. Double-double's plus 110, which honestly is basically the same price as getting. It's actually a worse price than 9.5 rebounds, so I take it back. I'll go 9.5 rebounds plus 120.
I'm still with Asia.
Yeah.
I'll take Asia rebounds over 11.5. I think they're right now.
Sounds about. What she have, like 13 last game, I think.
Yeah, bro. You know she's a dog, and I
She had
think
12,
that
she had 12 last game.
I would not be surprised if she has a game here after Kiki outplayed her for the most part. I would not be surprised. She's had really, really good games against Seattle. 24, 21, 21, 24, 27. I guess that's a down game in her standards, but like these are still good games. You look at the rebounds, 13, 8, 7, 20, 9, 11. Pretty solid on the rebounds. I could see Asia Wilson having a bounce back game here. It's at 25.5. That's ridiculous for her. Like in any instance for her points. That's really ridiculous. Nobody else could score, and she could be the only one to have a good game.
Mm.
And I could say the same thing about Skylar Diggins, to be honest. Nobody else could score, she could be the only one to have a good game.
And she has the ball in her hands the entire time.
Yep.
As she should.
Her point, like just like last season, her points and assists are an auto bet until they don't hit. And I mean, now they're at 26.5. And so now it's at the point where I'm like, you really don't even have to take it anymore because you're just waiting for that one miss. It dropped back down to 22.5, 21.5, 23.5. And then you hit the over again. Like, she's just been really good. Again, ball is in her hands at all times. And she's a really good player. But
Can I? Yeah, I'll let you finish, but I want to
go ahead.
I want to segue on Skylar for a second, but I'll let you go first.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You ain't got to say nothing else.
I was going to ask if it sounds crazy, but maybe it's a thing. Can Skylar Diggins win Most Improved Player? I know it sounds nuts, but let me just read off the stat jump she's had so far 3 games in. Last season, she averaged 15.1 points per game and 6.4 assists per game. This season, she's averaging 22 and 9. Can she win the award, or is she too good?
Yeah, I think she's too good. I don't think anybody.
I'm just saying she jumped up 7 points per game and basically 3 assists per game right now. I'm throwing it out there. Is there a possibility?
I think that they would reward her with an all WNBA. They would not reward her with an Most Improved. I do agree she should get rewarded, and she would get rewarded if she continued this pace over the course of the entire season. But I think it's in form of all WNBA team and not Most Improved.
I think she's too good anyway. I agree with you, but I'm asking because 22 and 9 is ridiculous.
Nah, but once you get a high volume player like Jewel Lloyd out the building, of course your usage goes up.
I'm just throwing it out there. I think that could be an interesting option, maybe if they steal from the NBA's playbook and start giving Ja Morant Most Improved. Like there is a path
that wouldn't even make sense because Ja Morant at least was like a young player in the league, but Skylar's been in the league for.
I kind of just meant that a player who we know is very solid, who was a top pick when they were drafted, but in general, the numbers she's putting up are crazy. She's not going to win
That's like
MVP.
that's like Braun having a crazy season. Like Braun's been down to what 20 points per game. So like Braun jumping back up to like 28 points per game. Long career, historic career. And then you're like, oh yeah, well you're better this season. So no, they wouldn't give it to her.
I'm just mentioning awards. She's not going to win MVP, but if they want to give her something, I don't know what the price is. I just thought it was worth mentioning because that's a massive jump in points. She jumped
Damn.
up 7 points per game.
Giving a 12-year player most improved. That would
If
that
there's
would
no MVP and they want to give her a makeup or something, I'm just throwing it
no.
out there.
No.
Wanted
No.
to
They would
take. I
give
wanted
it.
to ask you.
They give
Wanted
it
to
to
throw it out
Aaliyah. They give it to Aaliyah Boston right now before they give it to her.
there. Okay. I just wanted to bring it up.
And
'Cause
then
I
now,
saw the
if you
stats,
said
though.
Aaliyah Boston was like the John Morant, now that would be sitting here and be a conversation for me. If you said Aaliyah Boston, not Skylar Dick, because Aaliyah Boston, former #1 overall pick a few years ago,
Yeah.
now she's playing to her potential after developing in the league, and they're now talking about her for most improved. But it's like you were just a #1 overall pick a couple years ago. Why are we talking about you for most improved? We knew you were this good. You had Christy Size as your head coach. That's what the fuck the problem was.
I think I agree with you, but I just thought it was worth mentioning. So there you go.
No, I would not think that Skylar is even in the running for most improved. I would think that Aaliyah Boston is probably the favorite now.
I just wonder how many Fever players are going to win awards. Can you win MVP and most improved on the same team in the same season?
You think she's in the front running for MVP right now?
I think it's a conversation. She had triple-double in the first game of the season.
Wow, she had a triple-double the first game of the season. Last game, she didn't. Last 2 games, she hasn't looked good.
Oh, you're 100% right. But I think Caitlin, because I figured the media would just create a storm and they would immediately like.
No. Did you see that they aura farming? That's what the kids call it nowadays. Man, she hit 2 threes in that game, and those were the 2 highlights that they showed.
They didn't show anything else.
Yo, she had a triple-double last night, Scott. What's up?
Turnover.
Hey, she got you a triple-double last night, Scott. You might be good.
Bunch of turnovers that nobody showed highlights of.
Hey, yeah. You might be good on that, man. She got you that triple-double last night.
Just saying, I feel like once again the highlights that they showed were the 2 threes and the turnover, which was apparently a robbery because there was a shooting foul. And I didn't think it was that bad of a missed call, to be honest, but whatever.
Yeah, Boston is Danny Link is saying Aaliyah Boston is still plus 14. Yeah, 14-1 to win MVP most improved. I heard him talking about it on the broadcast, and I immediately thought that would be so lame because she's the #1 overall.
But we've seen it in the NBA though, so like we can't immediately dismiss it. But I'm hoping that Daniels getting it over Cade is a correction of how the award should be graded. So we'll see. But either way, wanted to mention it. But you want to move on?
Yeah,
Do you have any other props you want to share?
Lock dog, underdog.
So you're not taking Jewel in this game. You're saving that for Vegas.
Yeah, I'm saving Jewel for Vegas.
Cool.
I gotta figure out what happened that first game delivery played the Seattle Storm. I feel like they were hanging around. It was like 8, 9, maybe even 10, and they just hung around, and they lost by like not that much. But my memory is horrible. I could be getting that mistaken when it's another opportunity. All right. Lock dog.
I'm not going first. You're out of your damn mind. You're going first this time.
All right. I guess we'll switch it up again and we'll see what happens. Lock. Are you guys going to piss me the fuck off? Seattle, Vegas under 159.5. Dog. Alt line. All right. We'll see if they're that bad. They could potentially not be that bad. But let's see if they're that bad. Alt line on the Sparks to lay 9.5, win by double digits, plus 170.
Okay. I like that. Okay. For my lock, you know what? I'm just going to keep it pretty simple for me. I'm going to go with some props. Give me Kiki rebounds. I'll take the over 9.5. It's at minus 118. She's been so damn good on the boards. She's had 12-plus games in 3 straight games. She's been incredible. And you mentioned before that the Mercury have allowed a double-double to, what was it? Every
No, no, no,
single...
no. That was the other way around. The Mystics had
Oh, my
allowed
bad. Okay,
the
sorry. The
Mystics
Mystics
had
side.
allowed a double-double to every center that they played.
Okay, well, point is, I did look it up, though. The Mercury are allowing the 4th most rebounds per game to opposing centers.
Okay.
I think Kiki's in a good spot here. I think, once again, she should be able to play a ton of minutes. She was not intimidated by Asia at all. So I love the actual attitude she has on the court. She's ready to roll. I do like the actual spot here. So I'm going to go with the, once again, Kiki over 9.5 rebounds at -118 as my lock. For my dog, what do I want to go with for this one? You know what? I actually am going to go bold with this because we don't see many back-to-back spots. And I understand that the Sun are not a good team, but the Dream we might not be sold on either. I'm going to go with an alt spread. Give me the Sun plus 7.5 at plus 124 as my dog. Think they hang in there. I'm not saying they're going to win the game. The Dream, though, we know can be very underwhelming down the stretch of games. Baby, look, we can't win a pick right now. I'm going baby dog. We got to win something.
Man, and
Bro,
that's
we
what,
win
that's
every
what,
underdog
but that's
play,
what
too.
happened because I keep letting you slide with the baby dogs, and that's why we had no pick something else. I keep letting you slide with the baby dogs, and that's why we keep losing.
Pick something else, fine.
Yes.
Sun plus 6.5 plus 140.
Shit.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna move it down 1 point just to get you off my back. That's how we got it. Sun plus 6.5.
Shut up! I'm moving it down one more.
Yeah, I'm moving it down 1 point. What do you want from me?
Why didn't you do that the first time? That's the bad juju that I be talking about, Scott. You could have just did that the first time, and we've been all right. 140 and above. 140 and above.
That's fine. It's 140.
I let you
There you
slide
go.
because we had 2 games on the slate the other day. We have a
Yeah.
4-game slate. All right. Cheating the people, man. What? Anything else for people to forget about here? Oh, no, we got underdog.
Yeah, we had the one thing we've been winning on the show this entire
Yeah.
season.
Let's figure that out.
Once again, we're 3-1, and each of these are like 6-1 or higher. And you're
I'm
boosting
so-
all these too, so we've been crushing
Well,
on
I'm
your
not
on your
boosting the one
underdog.
today.
No, but in general, though, the boosts have
18,
have done well.
7.5 rebounds is ridiculous.
Yeah, we're taking that.
7.5 rebounds is ridiculous. I'm sorry. We could add, I mean, you want to add the rebounds to it and make it, the RA is 14.5. So we can either take the 7.5 rebounds and just go rebounds, or we can add the RA to it.
You can't tell me the Mystics are giving up a double-double to every single center, basically, and then throw in... No, we're taking the rebounds.
Yeah, all right.
Get 11 last game. We'll take it.
7.5. 7.5 is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right.
Yeah.
What's next? We got 4 games to pick from.
I mean, do you want to run back the Kiki rebounds, or you want to branch out?
We've got that. Let's put that one. We got the clip loaded on that.
Okay.
Let's see.
That's fine.
That could be in there. I mean, do you want to just SGP it? If we go Kiki rebounds, we could go Satu points.
I was thinking of that, or potentially going for Neko rebounds if you wanted to go for that game.
Oh no, I do like that. Neka's at. Never mind. There's no rebound prop for Neko. No, that's never mind. Hold on, wrong player. Oh, 9.5 is 1.13x spicy. So you got to get the 10 rebounds here.
Okay. That's not as great.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, we don't have to do that. I would prefer Kiki over that. I don't want any part of the sky.
The only thing I considered was maybe going for Vandersloot on her lower PA at 14.5. She went higher last game, but she ended up having 14 points, which I just do not see happening again.
I would. She just continues to keep shooting the ball. That's the only thing that I'm scared of. Stop shooting. It's clear. Just stop shooting.
It's like 11 shots last game.
There's no reason she should be shooting this much.
Just throwing it out there, though, if you wanted to make an argument for Vandersloot on her lower PA at 14.5, that is a pretty high number. Tough to get assists when nobody in your team can shoot. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, but then they give the ball to Camilla, and Camilla spams out 6-7 assists for her by herself, and we get annoyed. I want no part of them. I'm just gonna wait till the Sky have a good game and then come back and fade them.
I was throwing out once again some ideas.
All right, so we got Kiki, we've got AT.
Do you want to go? We say we're not doing Sky stuff, so that's fine.
St. Charles. The scoring. I mean, Kelsey Plum's at 23.5. De'Erica Hamby's at 17.5.
You know what's randomly been really good? I know you just said no Sky players. Atkins 3's actually been pretty good
Really?
at 1.5.
I don't believe it.
Actually, you know what? You want to go full SGP and just go Satu?
Yeah, let's just go Satu. Who's going to stop her?
I have no idea.
22.5 is a little high, but still, who's going to stop her? Like, who's slowing her down? Yeah, let's just SGP it. Oh!
What, did you just get the boost while we were recording the show?
They are allowing me to use my 60% extender boost on the WNBA.
I mean, you can't spell WNBA without NBA, so.
Yeah, you can't.
There you go.
True. They should put the MF in front of the NBA. I see people talk about it online all the time and they hate it, and I'm like, why do y'all care? I don't care. But like, if they did, it would be funny. It would be funny. All right. AT higher 7.5 rebounds. Kiki Irfan higher 10.5 rebounds, and Satu Sabali higher 22.5 points. That's how we're playing this.
Yeah, unless you want to pivot off Satu, but I think we have a solid game. But you did say you thought 22.5 was a bit high.
Nah, I'm still good. Who's going to slow her down?
It was either going to be that or maybe an argument for Citron, but that was basically it.
I would have loved if they had Sonia Citron assist up here, or even like a RA or a PA or something like that. But there's like
they have her threes at 1.5. If you want to, she made 4.
It's 0.88. It's 0.88. Do you want it? It's 0.88.
Do you like that more than Satu?
Not for 0.8. I mean, I got a boost, so I'm fine. But like other people, I don't like that.
I think other people just want the win, to be honest. But yeah, it's up to you. Because that would be another pivot we could make. Would be Citron 3.
Nah, let's just go with what we said. Because
right,
when we start switching, that's when things start going off. All right. Alyssa Thomas higher 7.5 rebounds. Kiki Irfan higher 10.5 rebounds. Satu Sabali higher 22.5 points. And add that in the underdog, you get 6.48x. But if you use your extender 60% bonus, you're gonna get 9.76x over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Lock that in. And I use my bonus on the first time this time, Scott. I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck or not.
I'm not sure either. We're going to find out.
Yeah, we are. And that's good because that keeps me from having to use it on the next game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else for people before we get out here?
No. Fun episode, last second. So you reached out to me about 20 minutes before we went live.
Yep.
And
as soon as I opened my eyes and I looked at the slate and I said, oh yeah, forgot it's 4 games.
Yeah, can't complain. Game started 3. So even if you watch it a little bit later, you have time. So no rush.
And then 3 games. No, Scott, you're wrong about that. The game begins at 3 because WNBA put 3 6 o'clock games on the slate.
Yes, but I'm saying to watch the episode.
Oh, well, I guess you were right. 3 p.m. West Coast time.
Yeah,
West Coast time. You got 3 games tipping off 3 p.m. for some reason.
I always refer to the start of the first game because that way you get to get every single game for coverage. You still have like 2+ hours to get all your information. So that's fine.
Very much so. All right. With that, he's at Russia Radio, Matt Really Raw __. Make sure you give us a follow on X at SGPN NBA. And make sure you give us a 5-star rating review wherever you get your WNBA gambling podcast, whether it's Apple, Spotify, whatever it is. Just head over there, give us a 5-star rating review. Like the video on the way out. And if you're catching this, one of the many people catching this on X, head over to YouTube and like the video on your way out. With that, that is it. I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.